Today we will discuss about the mixed mode arithmetic. So first we will try to understand what is mixed mode arithmetic. An operation between an integer and a floating point yields a floating point result. Meaning that in mixed mode arithmetic we are going to see out of two operands, one operand as an integer and another operand as a floating point. Then the result after operation will be the floating point. In this operation, the integral value is first converted into the floating point value, then the operation is performed. The following table shows the arithmetic operation performed on A and B, where A equals 14 and B equals 2.5. So 14 is the integer number and 2.5 is the floating point number. So when these two numbers are added, A plus B, we get the result 16.500000. So 6 digits after decimal point is the default value. In a similar way, A minus B yields the result 12.500000. A into B results in 35.000000, and when A slash B, it gives the output as a 5.600000. Now let us discuss mixed mode arithmetic through an example. So in this example we have to write a C program to divide 67 by 13.2 and 42.7 by 15. So in these two division, one operand is integer, another is the floating point number. So for this one, we write the code like this. So as usual, first statement we write hash include standard input output dot h. So this file is included just to help the user with input output function, because in this file input output functions are defined and declared, and that is needed in our code. So next is the main. This is the name of the function, and if only one function is there, its name is always going to be main. Then within open and close brace we write our code. So in the beginning we declare the variable. So how many variables are needed, that depends on how many datas are we have to enter and how many results are to be displayed. So here we have to get the 4 datas, and out of these 4 datas 2 are integers and 2 are floating point. So we declare the 2 integer variable and 2 floating point variable together with the 2 additional floating point variable to hold their results. So 4 floating point variable and 2 integer variables are declared. Next statement is the clear screen, and function of this clear screen is to clear off anything previously written on the output screen. Then as we have to get the data from the keyboard, we use the scanf function. So whenever scanf function is executed, cursor blinks on the output screen and waits for the data. So what type of the data are to be entered? To display that message before the scanf function, we write the printf function, a printf statement, and using the printf statement we display a message on the output screen. So whenever this printf message is executed on the output screen, enter 67, 13.2, 42.7 and 15 is displayed, and knowing this one we enter these datas and press the enter key. So those datas are taken in the program and stored with the variable A, B, C, D that follows the same sequence in which we are entering these data. And for that one, percentage D, percentage F, percentage F and percentage D. So these control string follow the sequence of the data as well as type of the data we have to enter. The next two statements achieve their result. So A is divided by B and its division is stored with the D1 variable, and similarly C divided by D, its result is stored with the D2 variable. Then these two results are printed on the output screen using the next two printf statement. So first printf statement prints division of 67 by 13.2 each percentage point to f. So at this point, float variable, what is the value of compiler searches for the variable. So what is the value of this variable d1 that gets printed at this point? But only 2 digits after decimal point is printed, because here point in format string point 2 is mentioned. In a similar way, second printf statement prints the result of second division, that is when 42.7 is divided by 15. What is the result of this one? That is gets printed at this point with 2 digits after decimal point. So when this program is run in the C compiler, we get the result like this one. First, this message is displayed: enter 67, 13.2, 42.7 and 15, and cursor blinks at the right side of the colon, and here we enter these data 67, 13.2, 40.7 and 15 like this, and once key is pressed we get the output like this. Division of 67 by 13.2 is 5.08 and second division result is displayed like this one. So in this way we have seen the mixed mode arithmetic, in which one data is the integer, one operand is the integer, another operand is the floating point. Now we will deal a important feature of the C programming, that is called C type casting function. We have just discussed about the mixed mode arithmetic. In that one is the integer operand, another is the float. So resulting of integer and floating point is the floating point result. But suppose if we have to divide an integer data by the integer data, so many times it doesn't give the result as expected. For an example, if we divide 10 by 4, we get the integer division as a 2. So actually expected output is the 2.5. So this problem can be solved by C type casting function provided in the C. So first we will see what is the C type casting function. So type casting concept in C language is used to modify a variable from one data type to another data type. So given is the data type, we can change its data type by using this type casting function. The values from one type can be converted to another explicitly using the cast operator as follows. So using this syntax, we can change one data type. Suppose here expression is at this point, suppose a variable integer variable is there, and if we want to change this integer variable to the another type of the float variable, then using this expression we can do this. So using this syntax we can do this one. This can be explained using this example. In this example, here we have two integer variables, sum and count. Sum has a value of 17 and count has a value of 5. Another variable declared is the mean, that is double type. Its data type is the double. Now if we write the statement like mean equal to, in bracket float, sum divided by count. So sum is the integer variable and count is the also the integer variable. So whenever 17 is divided by the 5, we get 3, which is not the expected result. Actually this should be the 3.4. So what is done? Using the typecasting feature of the C programming language, here in the bracket we write the float and then sum, then slash count. So this typecasting function has the higher precedence than the division operator. So first this variable sum, which is of the integer type, gets converted into the float variable, and then operation results in the float operand and the integer operand, and finally we get the result as a float result, that is correct result here, and using the printf function that value gets printed here. So this float just in bracket is written just to typecast the type of the data from integer to the float to get the correct result. When the above code is compiled and executed, it produces the following result. Value of mean here is 3.40000. If this forecasting is not done, C casting is not done, then we get only the 3. But with this feature, we get the correct result as a 3.400000. It should be noted here that the cast operator has precedence over the division. So the value of sum is first converted into the type float, and finally it gets divided by the count, yielding a float value. Type conversions can be implicit, which is performed by the compiler automatically and can be specified explicitly through the use of the cast operator. So some C compiler provides this feature implicitly, that is one integer data gets converted into the float data and thus getting the expected result. Implicit type conversion is also known as the automatic type conversion. It is done by the compiler on its own without any external trigger from the user. It generally takes place when in an expression more than one data type is present. In such condition, type conversion, type promotion takes place to avoid loss of the data. All the data types of the variable are upgraded to the data type of the variable with the largest data type. It is considered good programming practice to use the cast operator whenever type conversion are necessary. There are many ways in which the implicit type conversion occurs in C, such as given in this diagram. The type conversion can be from Boolean data to the character data, or from character data to the integer data, and again in the integer data different types of the data are there: short data, integer data, long integer data, long integer data, and these data can be converted into the float data types or double data types or long double data types. Now let us see the another example in which 7 is divided by 5. So using type casting feature, here we write x is equal to a slash b, and in the next statement we write y equal to float, in bracket float, a slash b, and when we run the program we will see that value of x displayed is only 1, whereas value of y is correct value and it is going to be 1.40000. So using the typecasting feature we can get the correct result. So in this lecture we discussed mixed mode arithmetic and a feature of the C, that is C typecasting. So for at this point we end our class. So bye and have a nice day.